Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time.
I feel like as though we have like a new beginning, and it's beautiful. You know, we're still blessed, and I mean, we've had our loss, but we're finding our way.
Hold on to your seats, because the ever-controversial Katt Williams is stirring the pot once again. Fresh off the scandal circuit, he's dropping some seriously explosive allegations about Hollywood's darkest secrets. You won't believe what he's claiming about the price of fame. We're talking about truly unthinkable sacrifices demanded by the industry's most powerful figures. And get this, he says anyone who dares to speak up faces brutal consequences. I mean, literally getting punched in the face. Now, while everyone's been whispering about Beyoncé's alleged sacrifices for years, Williams drops an even bigger bombshell, suggesting that Jennifer Hudson's story is far more tragic than anyone realized. But here's the thing that'll give you chills. Despite everything she's been through, Hudson somehow maintains this incredibly positive public image. The contrast between her sunny demeanor and Williams's disturbing claims? It's absolutely haunting. Speaking of haunting, let me take you back to one of Hollywood's most heartbreaking stories. October 24th, 2008, a date that forever changed Jennifer Hudson's life. Picture this, Chicago's South Side, a community already struggling with violence when the unthinkable happens. The bodies of Jennifer's beloved mother, Darnell Donnerson, and her brother, Jason Hudson, are discovered in their family home, both shot dead. But wait, it gets worse. Jennifer's adorable 7-year-old nephew, Julian King, is nowhere to be found. Can you imagine the nightmare? The nation watched in horror as Jennifer, fresh off her Oscar win for Dreamgirls, joined her family in desperately pleading for Julian's safe return. The sight of this vibrant star, now broken with grief, touched millions of hearts. But sadly, this story doesn't have a happy ending. 3 days later, little Julian's body was found, also shot in the back of an SUV. The vehicle? It belonged to Jennifer's murdered brother, Jason. Talk about adding insult to injury. The investigation uncovered some seriously chilling details. They found a .45 caliber handgun near the abandoned SUV. Ballistics later proved it was used in all 3 murders. And just when you think it couldn't get more mysterious, they discover a second gun in a vacant lot nearby. What in the world was going on? Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Remember William Balfour? He was Jennifer's sister, Julia's estranged husband at the time. Within hours of discovering the bodies, police brought him in for questioning. Sure, they initially held him on some unrelated parole violation, but honey, everyone knew he was their prime suspect. And let me tell you about this Balfour character. Talk about a troubled past. He'd already served nearly 7 years for attempted murder, vehicular hijacking, and possession of a stolen vehicle. Not exactly husband material, right? Plus, word on the street was that Jennifer's mom had kicked him out of the family home the previous winter. Can you say bad blood? But hold on to your hats, because this story takes an even darker turn. Get this. While Balfour was sitting in Stateville Correctional Center, prosecutors were building a case that would make your jaw drop. They say this whole horrific incident started with a heated argument between Balfour and Julia about, you guessed it, another man. Talk about deadly jealousy. But it gets even juicier. They discovered Balfour had tried to convince his ex-girlfriend, Brittany Akoff Howard, to provide him with a false alibi. Honey, if that's not suspicious behavior, I don't know what is. Now brace yourself for this bombshell. According to court records, Balfour had threatened to kill members of Jennifer's family at least 24 times. Assistant State's Attorney James McKay spilled all the tea, revealing these weren't just empty threats. Picture this chilling scene. Balfour allegedly told Julia, "If you ever leave me, I'm going to kill you, but I'm going to kill your family first. You will be the last to die." I mean, who says something like that? The trial itself? That was another drama altogether. Just imagine trying to find impartial jurors when your victim's sister is Jennifer Hudson. They had to ask potential jurors everything from whether they watched American Idol to their Weight Watchers membership status. Can you believe the judge even had to tell jurors to avoid watching American Idol during the trial because Jennifer was scheduled to appear? The things they have to think of. The defense tried their best to paint this whole thing as a rush job, claiming the police were under pressure to solve a celebrity-connected case quickly. They made a big deal about the lack of DNA evidence linking Balfour to the crime scene. But darling, let me tell you about what they did find. Gunshot residue on the steering wheel of Balfour's car and on the ceiling of the SUV where poor little Julian was found. After 18 grueling hours of deliberation, the jury came back with the verdict we'd all been waiting for. Guilty! All 3 counts of first-degree murder, plus other charges. One juror later spilled, "Some of us tried our best to make him innocent, but the facts just weren't there." I mean, can you imagine being on that jury? But here's the kicker. Even after being found guilty, Balfour had the audacity to stand there and claim his innocence. "My deepest prayers go out to Julian King," he said. "I loved him. I still love him. I'm innocent, Your Honor." The nerve! Judge Charles Burns wasn't having any of it, though. He told Balfour he had the heart of an Arctic night and his soul was as barren as dark space. Talk about a verbal smackdown. Poor Jennifer sat through every single day of that 11-day trial. When the verdict came in, she just broke down sobbing in her fiancé's arms. But you know what's truly remarkable? After everything, she and Julia released this incredibly gracious statement, even extending prayers to the Balfour family. Now, that's class. But wait until you hear what happened next. You won't believe what happened years later. In 2016, Balfour actually had the nerve to break his silence in this bone-chilling interview with Chuck Gowdy of ABC7. And let me tell you, what he said will make your skin crawl. He claimed there was this massive conspiracy involving everyone, the police, witnesses, even the lawyers. But the most disturbing part? His comments about little Julian's murder. He actually suggested that Julian was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and hinted that the child was killed because he could identify the real killer. The audacity! The Chicago Police Department wasn't having any of it, though. They shut him down faster than you can say conspiracy, releasing a statement standing firmly behind their investigation. Meanwhile, Balfour continues serving his life sentence at Stateville Correctional Center, exactly where he belongs. But let's talk about our girl Jennifer. If you want to see strength and grace under pressure, look no further. Remember that breathtaking performance of the national anthem at the 2009 Super Bowl? That wasn't just any performance, it was her comeback, her way of showing the world that she wouldn't let tragedy define her. And honey, she didn't stop there. In the most beautiful tribute to Julian's memory, she established the Julian D. King Gift Foundation, helping children in need. Now that's what I call turning pain into purpose. But it hasn't been all sunshine and roses. In a heart-wrenching 2019 interview with The Guardian, Jennifer opened up about how the grief comes in waves. "Thank God," she said, crediting her faith for pulling her through. Can you imagine the strength it takes to keep going after something like that? But here's where things take an interesting turn. In 2020, during Oprah's Next Chapter, Jennifer dropped a bombshell that left everyone speechless. She revealed she had forgiven Balfour. Yes, you heard that right. The man who destroyed her family. This revelation set tongues wagging. And honey, the conspiracy theorists had a field day with this one. Some people started whispering about secret societies and the Illuminati. You know how these things go in Hollywood. They pointed to the eerie timing of her family's murders right after her rise to stardom, suggesting some sort of sinister deal with the devil. Her quick return to the spotlight with that Super Bowl performance, some saw it as more than just resilience. They called it a symbolic ritual. Sadly, Jennifer isn't the only star who's faced both tremendous success and heart-wrenching tragedy. It's almost like a dark pattern in the entertainment industry, making people wonder if there's more to these coincidences than meets the eye. Of course, these are just theories, but they certainly add another layer of intrigue to an already devastating story. Through it all, Jennifer Hudson remains an inspiration, showing us how to carry on with grace and dignity even when life deals you the worst possible hand. Whether you believe the conspiracy theories or not, one thing's for certain. Her story is a testament to the human spirit's incredible capacity for resilience and forgiveness. So, what do you think about all this? Are these just tragic coincidences, or could there be something more sinister at play in the glittering world of Hollywood? The truth might be stranger than fiction. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. You won't want to miss my weekly deep dives into the secrets of your favorite celebrities.